Hello everyone, my name is Kiwi Camera V3, other known as Kiwi Camera 2. Here is a part inside of Jonathan GD's level called Future Funk. Our level is called Future Funk. Anyway, I want to talk about a trope in which I'm seeing in this section that is not often seen, but is still something that is around in the community that people do, that I generally do not like at all. I'll call it hard blockading obstacles. You see, in this section, you are obliged to click this red orb to continue. There is no other way to literally get around this. You must click these red orbs, or just orbs in general, in order for it to actually, stop blockading you super hard. There comes a situation like that where people make the wrong timing and the gate does not open, so unfortunately they end up losing their run and dying there to really something that could be easily avoidable if you just simply let it be open. If I were to design this level, I would leave that open. This area, I'd leave it open, because realistically, not a lot of people are going to attempt to spam their way through this. I can't do it, or maybe I can. I'm not going to try anymore. Point in case, I would leave that open for their choice, because this is what I would call a soft blockade. If it were to be open, I would call it a soft blockade, in which it's your choice if you want to choose the easier route and the intended way, such as using the dash orb to, lift yourself up through the entire spiky area so then you can actually get to the next section, or alternatively, you can choose the funny and stupid way and making it harder for yourself to get through this little narrow little area. So that's what I would consider soft blockading. Because my little design philosophy when it comes down to placing obstacles is, yeah, you can do that, but why would you? Something I want to show as an example is Delta. I played tested the level a lot. I've seen many areas that you can skip, and I'm going to show a few. So you can absolutely just do this, but it makes it harder for yourself. You can do it, but why would you? You can find an answer for that. You can also skip this area, but why would you? It ruins up the, it screws up the sync. It makes it harder for yourself, and there's an easier route that you can take if you just simply chose, the real way to do it. Let's look at this area now. Look at that. You can skip that gravity portal, but the question comes to, why would you? Well, it's because it makes it harder for yourself if you were to try to just skip it. So, are you obliged to take it? Not necessarily, but it is still a soft blockade. Because you can either choose that way, or you can choose the intended way. You can also skip this green orb and go this way. Why would you? You can make your own reason. Maybe it's easier for yourself. But the intended point of the green orb is so you can actually do a swinging motion with the ship, as shown. Now, if you allow me to indulge in some hypocrisy, allow me to show you a part in which I did use hard blockading, but there is a reason for it. As you can see here, you must hit this block. Otherwise, if you were not to do it, you would go through that other object. It would stop existing. So you are absolutely obliged to hit that object there. Why would I do that? Well, let me be honest with you. I tried doing a natural soft blockade, in which I tried putting a spike here. Unfortunately, that just made it harder and more tedious. So overall, while I was playtesting it, I decided to not have those small spikes there, because I didn't want this to be a weird part where you just have to do a really precise timing. The point was, you can just click the green orb and just land. Or just straight up not do anything, but point in case, at least hit the block. That's the entire point. And let me show you another thing. This is another soft blockade. You can do that, and that's what I did. Whenever I was verifying this level, this is the path I took. But the question is, why would you? For me, the answer was simple, because it made it easier and more consistent. If you want to choose this route, go ahead, but I did not compensate for you. I didn't compensate for myself either. I was really tempted to make it easier for going that route, but then I was like, you know, that's not the intention, though. You're absolutely not supposed to. So, it's still more difficult to do that. Or, you know, it's not compensated. You can also skip that area. Hold on. This timing, man. Just by doing the right timing, as shown, in which you can just skip it. Why would you? I don't know. That's for you to answer. But the reason why you wouldn't want to do that is because you'll end up hitting that blue orb and hitting this wall, or you're going to have to do the click right after it. So it'll catch you off guard if you end up hitting the blue pad. So it does come down to the question of, if you want to do it, you can, but why would you? You're making it harder for yourself, potentially. So that is my design philosophy. An area in which I do see a soft block in this level, let me actually show it, or a soft blockade, is a little before that part that I actually was showing, in which it came down to the decision of, yeah, you totally can skip it if you want, but why would you do that? Because you're making it harder for yourself. And that section is right here. Very brief moment, but I like it, because it's exactly what I'm talking about. So, playing this. Wow, that's lagging. Holy crap. Point in case. You totally can skip it if you want. But why would you? You're making it harder for yourself. You know, that's the entire point. So you can choose the easier route, such as, you know, the actual way to do it. So that's soft blockading.